Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 44 of Next Gen Newsweek, your weekly podcast for all things regarding the PS5, the Xbox Series X, and the Nintendo Switch, and maybe a Nintendo Switch Pro at some point. My name is Mitch. Joining me tonight is Richard.
Hey.
Michael.
And me. Hi.
And Steven.
Yep.
Richard, what was that face for?
That was my bad. I forgot to mute my. I always like to have our video pulled up.
And that's what happened to me too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's
I had the same. Yeah.
Nice. I hope you guys enjoyed the new overlay. I made it work for live streams now instead of just like those old DVR versions. It needs a little work, but we'll make it work.
Yeah. You need to get like some face tracking in there.
That'd be cool. I don't think Streamlabs supports face tracking.
Maybe one day.
I was really trying to get this Elgato.
The future is meow
that I got. Trying to make that work, and then I hit the first button, and it destroyed every single scene that I had made. So I had to make all of them over again. So I'm surprised we actually made it in 9:30. Before we get going, I just want to let you guys know we are 4 subscribers away from hitting 200. There are 4 people watching this. I know it's probably at least 2 of us who watch the chat, but I'm just saying. If you're not subscribed, it costs $0 to subscribe to this channel, and you help us out a lot. So you should totally do that. All right, let's get into the big game announcements before we start into like the headlines. So we're going to start off with this game called Abandoned. Abandoned is a cinematic horror shooter game by Blue Box Studios that focuses on realism, and pretty much the examples given in the blog post were running out of breath, which can throw off your aim, making your weapons feel really sucky to shoot and stuff like that, and using the DualSense and 3D audio for added realism. So, Richard, do you like this type of game? What do you think about it?
I think it could be cool. I think if after watching that little sneak peek, if they're worried about realism, they need to worry more about that hand. Because I wasn't getting some realism off the hand that was holding that gun. But yeah, I don't know. There's not a whole lot to glean from that trailer. I mean, it had a nice like feel to it. It didn't have like a horror vibe. You know, I think everybody's kind of burnt out on that whole, Blair Witch style thing going on. Yeah, it's popped up, or at least it is for me. I know we're a little bit ahead, but, you can check it out. I'm interested in seeing a little bit more about it because I've been on a big survival game kick now. So if there's a pretty strong survival aspect, then I'll definitely be down. But, I mean, I'll probably check it out.
You kind of felt like...
It looks...
go ahead, sorry.
It looks good. It looks nice. I just, need a little bit more before I really, put a strong opinion out there.
Yeah. My biggest thing is it kind of looks like you said Blair Witch, but also the story, the little bit of story snippets that were given made it kind of seem like it Far Cry 5. Really?
Far Cry 5, yeah, I thought of that too.
Yeah, I was like,
not the first time I've dealt with a crazy religious cult, so
yeah. Steven, I know this is the type of game that I know I would probably stream. Do you think it's something you'd probably pick up and start streaming too?
Definitely. Even though it shows a different concept, seems to want to play at something different here. It doesn't look like it's going to be anything too different from like The Forest, or I'm not sure how close to Subnautica it could be other than just the survival horror aspect. But yeah, I'd definitely like to see how the gameplay comes out, and I'll just have to base it off of that.
Yeah. Michael, did you watch the trailer, or did you?
I did,
cool.
And I don't know. I kind of have like y'all said. I mean, at least from the one small take, it's hard to really glean a horror vibe from it.
Yeah.
Now, maybe there's. I mean, there might be more to it than this initial trailer, and hopefully so. Environment wise, I'm getting sort of like Rust vibes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that character model in the hand, holy fuck. I'm pretty sure if I cut out like a cardboard piece of paper and like stuck it over where the hand would be, that'd be a better model.
Yeah.
Like just but yeah, hopefully early access, hopefully online forums slam them so much they have to remodel an entire hand for a video game, kind of like they did with a certain blue hedgehog. You know, but
Yeah.
Yes, please do. Please remodel.
But Q4 they still got a little time, and I mean, heck, even probably push it back even past that if they really wanted to.
Yeah.
You think for the horror, there's got to be like maybe some sort of a like a supernatural aspect to it or something like that. But I kind of hope it doesn't.
I'm hoping a little bit comes about it from if they put it in VR. Like if I saw some of this in VR, and that sort of voice kind of like just in your ears and that sort of thing, I could get that. But like it's just, I don't know. It needs a little bit more going for it right now than just what we have.
And I agree with Richard on this because it doesn't necessarily need that supernatural. Because there's plenty of games out there that have done horror and have done it well.
Yeah.
Just based off of, not necessarily based off of a true story, but you've seen real live events to where there's some true horror out there and it had nothing to do with supernatural entities.
Yeah. I mean, that's true. One of the most horrifying games was Superman for the Nintendo 64. I mean, it truly shivers.
What's more terrifying, that or watching the entire Snyder Cut in one sitting?
Oh, man. I'm still going to have to go with Nintendo 64.
Now, Michael, you brought up listening to voices inside your head, and that's going to take us into our second game, the Lightbringer. The Lightbringer is a poetic action-adventure puzzle platform. Holy crap, pick a genre, right? I'm kidding. The whole concept behind this game is to cleanse the corruption of the island guided by your sister's spirit. And it's like it looks like a top-down Wind Waker, in a way. Do you see that, Steven? Oop, just smacked my microphone, my bad.
Yeah, Wind Waker wasn't the first thing I went to. I went to like Donut County, Night in the Woods. I could feel a little bit of Limbo too. But yeah, it looks decent, especially with like the puzzle solving and everything. I just hope that they have not necessarily the aesthetics, but like the voice acting and the puzzles actually back this up, because most games sacrifice their graphics for the actual gameplay, and if the gameplay is crap, then the graphics on it are kind of out of date, especially if we're talking like Wind Waker time. So they would definitely need to have some challenging puzzles to back it up, but it does look interesting.
Well, I guess as far as graphics go, they should be pointed out that this is a Switch game, so I wouldn't expect really high fidelity graphics out of this. Richard, you gonna pick this up?
Yeah, probably. You guys have given like different examples of what you compared it to. I see a lot of. There's a game called Oceanhorn. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but I mean, it does. It looks like a slightly more polished Oceanhorn, which I thought was a sort of a Legend of Zelda style knockoff. Which I don't know. You can kind of see elements of that in that video, and then kind of with the little dungeon and the fire stuff like that, you almost get like a little Mario vibe too. So. Maybe if they kind of monopolize on some of the things that. I swear I just saw a spider go behind my head and like go up. I'm sorry for that kind of pause. Anyway, maybe if.
Richard.
Maybe if
it's
they.
Right behind you.
Maybe if they utilize some of those.
Richard completely lose his shit.
if they utilize some of those old mechanics from like the classic games that they may be trying to emulate with this, again, I don't know if they are or not. It looks like they are, but if they can capitalize on emulating some of those old ideas to kind of give a little bit of nostalgia, then it may work out. I mean, it looks good to me. I'll pick it up. What the hell was that?
Michael, before I ask you about the Lightbringer, do you have any spiders in your room that we need to talk about?
I'm okay with the spiders in my room. What's not okay are the June bugs. Those things can fuck right off.
Yeah, I totally agree. So, Michael, if a spider were to crawl in your mouth while you were sleeping, you would openly invite it in?
I mean,
protein.
I would hope it would pick a different orifice.
Really? I don't know.
Yeah, like straight into the butthole. Just.
I mean,
the spider.
Whatever floats your boat, my friend.
No, mouth is fine. I'd rather eat a spider than to hear it scritching around in my ear. Could you imagine?
I scratch.
No, I'm sorry, Richard.
No, I'm not even sure that's what I saw. I don't know. It was weird, whatever it was.
Shadow people in your eyes.
No, it was something like, and it was like this close to my head. It was like really close, and I just caught a glimpse of it kind of going this way.
Little
I don't know.
floater.
Could have been an eye, that crossed my mind too, an eye floater, just,
All right, Michael, the Lightbringer.
My take, I'm not going to get Diet Zelda. I mean, it's got some Wind Waker elements. I'm seeing some heavy, not as polished Breath of the Wild vibes, especially from the dungeons. I mean, they borrowed from quite a few series. I'm sure it's its own game, it has a unique storyline, but really, content-wise, it seems like they borrowed too much.
Yeah, I totally get that. It once more, Richard said it kind of looked like Mario. I started seeing that. Like, it looks like Mario 3D World and Wind Waker. Like, just mashed into a game. I mean, hopefully the story's...
Or even like a little bit of Galaxy.
Yes.
Like some of those different levels, yeah.
Yeah. All right, and let's go into our last big game announcement. This is only for PC, but it's called Before Your Eyes. And it's like an emotional story, but like the concept behind it is that you are playing this game, and I guess you have to play with a webcam turned on, and every time you blink, you fast forward through the players or the characters' like life. So you're reliving their life one blink at a time, but like the blinks could be like a couple seconds, or they could be a couple years. Like it looks cool. I'm kind of weirded out about the whole webcam bit, but that's just me. Michael, I'm gonna go back to you because you are the big PC gamer guy.
Yeah. I love the narrator. I mean, it definitely got some humor in that, and I like a studio that kind of pokes fun at itself in ways. Yeah. And I like fresh takes on gameplay, even if it is like a slice of life or an RPG or whatever. I like unique takes on gameplay, and I'm actually surprised like Nintendo themselves didn't come out with something like this already. It's just kind of incredible. Now, they've had eye tracking technology for a while, but I've never seen it specifically utilized in a game before, so it's just great. I can't wait to play it.
Can you imagine if this came out specifically on PC, but you have to have a webcam plugged in, and like the PlayStation 2 iToy? Like, that's the only thing it came out on.
Oh, man.
And the Kinect. Oh, man. Steven, let's go to you about this game.
So this game reminds me of, I'm not sure if you guys heard of it. It's called The Year Walker. And it's based off of something that was, I can't think of it. It's a country overseas somewhere. And it was basically dealing with symbols from an ancient text in this box that you found, and you were able to jump 1 year in time. But the cost may be you lose something precious to you, or your whole family could be wiped out. It doesn't seem like there's any immediate consequence that he's showing here. other than you're not allowed to go back. Uh, but yeah, I'm interested in it. I want to see how this humor goes. I want to see what fourth wall breaks he's gonna have because it seems like he's gonna have some. Uh, but yeah, it's definitely a game I want to check out.
You know, I just thought about this. I assume everyone here in some capacity has watched Rick and Morty. Like,
Oh man, you're stealing my thunder.
Okay.
Oh, no.
I'll let Richard say it. Richard, go ahead.
You beat cancer and you went back to the carpet store, Morty. That's exactly what I thought of. You get to, that's what I thought of when I saw this. I was like, you get to see somebody else's life before your eyes, and it immediately. I can't remember the name of the game that Morty had played, but God, I think everybody can remember that line about you went back to the carpet store.
Isn't it just called like Steve or something?
I think it's called Steve or something like that. It's weird.
Generic white person
all I
name.
remember
Yeah.
is the name of the casino. It was called Blips and Chips.
Blips and chips.
Blips and chits.
Yeah, chips.
Blips and chits.
Yeah.
Chits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
No, in all seriousness, it looked really good. I like I love artsy fartsy games anyway, and this definitely looks like one of those compared to like the stuff that A24 does with their movies. They're always like really out there and kind of weird. So from that standpoint, I'll probably check it out. I'll probably get it, but. Yeah, my initial thought was that Rick and Morty episode with Morty playing that game.
Man, I didn't mean to steal your thunder. Like, it literally just popped in my head, and you've been thinking about it all.
No, that's what I was. I just saw the clip like 20 minutes ago, and I was.
Man, I gotta think of what the name of that. We're gonna end up talking about Rick and Morty again in a little bit. God, that show was great. All right, let's jump into some headlines here. We're gonna start with the Xbox stuff, Richard's favorite.
All right. So look, I don't mind interrupting this. It was Roy. That's who it was playing Roy.
I don't mind.
The name of the game is Roy: A Life Well Lived.
He went back to the carpet store. All right. Well. Let's jump into some Xbox news real quick. Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming back to Game Pass. It came on there last year. What?
I just the game's been out for like a fucking decade now. I'm sorry. I just anytime I hear about Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out, I'm just like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, coming back.
That has nothing to do with Xbox. That's more Rockstar than anything.
Yeah. It's coming back to Game Pass. It was on there last year. They're bringing it back, and it's also going to be available on the xCloud version, so you will be able to play it on your phone if you have a controller with it. And a lot of these games are starting to get touch control support. I don't think GTA is probably one of them, but I know I saw somebody playing Dragon Quest XI with touch controls on their phone, which sounds really cool. Their screen was covered in buttons, by the way. Like, you couldn't do anything. There's so many buttons on the damn screen. But Steven... Are you going to get... Well, you already played GTA 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you have access to play it on your phone through cloud streaming. Does that appeal to you at all?
Not a chance in hell. Only because way before they decided to make this a thing, or before they announced it. And it's completely unrelated. But I decided to try to play Fortnite on my phone, and they have touch controls on there.
Ugh.
And it was a god-awful mess. Granted, you don't have to do as much multitasking with the buttons and things like that as Fortnite, but it just seems like it would be too messy of an ordeal. Something like Dragon Quest, yes, a turn-based will be perfect for that. Puzzle games will be perfect for that. Anything that takes a slow motion would be good for touch controls, unless you're an absolute monster with your mobile games.
I have a confession. The first time I ever caught a dove in Fortnite was on the mobile version. And since then, I've only claimed dubs on the Switch. Not that I play Fortnite that much anymore, but I'm just saying. Let me rephrase it. Solo dubs. I've been carried to victories many a times, but I've never just won a game. And it was when the Switch version first came out, so nobody was like cracked at it, So I had an advantage. I've been playing it before. Richard, Michael, anything to add to this? Or I don't think either one of y'all are going to cloud stream GTA 5. I mean,
No.
It kind of falls into like a mobile game with Michael, so maybe he'd play it. He could go to the casinos in GTA 5, and then it's almost like playing gacha games.
I would only do it if you could go to a certain table in the casino and it opens up a secondary menu and it's Pokemon Blue.
What a random game.
Because they had the casinos.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Game corners.
That only available in the U.S., not in Japan. Rip. Was not allowed. Alright, Richard's going to be really happy we're not talking about Xbox anymore for right now. We're going to jump over to Nintendo. Last night at I want to say it was 11:50 at night. I was getting ready to go to bed. And I got a tweet that said, PacMan 99 Battle Royale coming out today. Like, what the heck? I guess this is their solution to getting rid of Mario 35. And I'm pretty sure Tetris 99 is gone now, too. So, if you were a Nintendo Switch Online subscriber, you now have access to PacMan 99. So, is this something anyone's going to pick up? I think I'm going to try it out, but I don't know if I'm going to, get invested into it, because Pac-Man was never really my game. It was just something I just oh, this is cool, Pac-Man, Waka Waka, and I'm playing something else.
Yeah, I fucking love Pac-Man. I'm gonna get it. I seriously love Pac-Man. I have Pac-Man on my PS5. That's serious. I'm serious. I have Pac-Man on PS5. Yeah, I always get Pac-Man. That's just I don't know why. I can't even tell you why I like it. You do the same damn thing over and over again, but man, I love Pac-Man. So
I don't know what it is. I think everyone typically attaches to one classic arcade game, and they'll wear that one out, and they enjoy all the other ones, but they don't just play it like they do that game.
My wife it's Galaga,
mm-hmm.
and she's damn good too. She's
mine. Tetris was an arcade game at some point, wasn't it? Or did it only?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. I never saw it, but
I'm pretty sure Tetris was, and if it wasn't,
I'm
going to count. That's what it started. Game Boy. That's what it started on. So I'm going to default to my second answer, which is Donkey Kong, the original Donkey Kong. Really good at that, but only because the dentist office I went to as a kid only had Donkey Kong that you could play. So I just wore it out. And then 10 years later, they got Luigi's Mansion. I was like, this is great. Michael, Steven, are y'all going to pick up Pac-Man 99?
No, not a chance.
It's just not my type of game. I do like watching people play it. There's a YouTuber by the name of Northern Lion, and he plays Binding of Isaac. He played Tetris 99 all the time. He tried Mario 35. I think that's the right name for it. So I'm pretty sure that's something that he's going to pick up. So I'll see if he's playing it or if anybody else is playing it to check it out. I may give it a shot.
Y'all better be checking out this hit YouTuber that's going to be playing a lot of Pac-Man 99. His YouTube handle is GeekBaronRW. Be playing a lot.
No, I'm not gonna be doing a stream of it.
What? Come on, you got to stream Pac-Man 99. It's only fair. The people are asking.
No, he's going to do a claymation reenactment.
I got way too much stuff going on to start being a streamer now.
Oh, come on, you can do it.
That career's passed me by.
I told myself
that's a young man's game.
I told myself earlier today that if I hadn't hit it big in the next 10 years, I'm just going to give up.
I think what's impressive is you're going to give yourself 10 whole years to make it.
It's a passion project, man. Passion project. Yeah. We'll be on episode 600 of Next Gen Newsweek by then. So. Or 5, I don't know, whatever. I can't math. Anyway, PlayStation news. Yeah, Richard, here we go. Marvel Avengers, Borderlands 3, and The Long Dark are coming to PlayStation Now yesterday. So, I think you probably own all of these that you're going to get. And if you play this on PS5, these are the PS4 versions of these games. So you do not get any upgrades, but your saves will carry over if you decide to pick them up later.
Yeah, Marvel Avengers is great. Borderlands, I know there's probably all y'all like Borderlands. I could never I like Borderlands when I always start a game, but then I always get bored. I've never finished one.
Yeah.
So I don't like. I tried the first and the second one. I didn't get the third one just because previous experience. And The Long Dark, I wanted to get into that because it's a survival game, but there's something about the single player campaign. Like, it's been going on for years now, and like the last 2 episodes are kind of like on hiatus. They don't know exactly what the status of that is. So I don't want to play a game that's may or may not get finished.
That's like starting a Telltale game, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't know if we're gonna finish it or not."
Yeah, you 5 episodes, you're 4 episodes in, they're like, "Well, we're bankrupt." Yeah.
I mean, that happened to one of them. I can't remember which one it was. Maybe it was The Walking Dead, like the second round of The Walking Dead games.
As much as I love PlayStation, I'm not really impressed at all with their PlayStation Now service. And what's funny is I got an email today from them because I got my PS5 through them as a pre-order for day one. I had to fill out this long-ass survey. And that was my biggest complaint, was that their PlayStation Now service, they needed to step it up or do something differently, because it's just Microsoft's killing them in that regard. They've got to do some kind of like a combo or something like that. But yeah, what they got going now, I'm not impressed with PlayStation Now at all.
I keep waiting for the announcement, like, hey, we're fixing PlayStation Now. One of my biggest gripes with it is that like half the games on it, you don't download them. Like, you stream them, which means that you're just already, like, if you don't have like perfect internet, you're already down. Like,
right. Yeah.
There's no point in like keeping it going. All right. And finally, our last topic is going to take us back to PC, which is the Diablo 2 Resurrected Alpha starting this weekend. You have to, it's like a lottery to get into it, but if you were able to get into it, you can move your character over from the other version, or the 20-year-old version of the game. You can play up to the first 2 acts of it, and there's no level cap. So you can, I guess if you're moving your character over, that means that your progress in this will carry over to the beta and then the full release of the game. So that'd be cool. That's kind of cool. And you can max out your character. Like, I want to see the person that's like, I'm only playing the first 2 acts of this game, and I'm going to get my Paragon level to sky high, whatever it is. Are any of y'all getting Diablo 2 Resurrected?
I'm on the fence.
Yeah. I'll probably wait. If I do get it, probably wait till sale.
It's only going to be $40.
We'll wait till sale.
My opinion did not change.
It'd be like it retails at like $5.99. It'd be like, I'll wait till sale.
Yeah. Gotta take it down some more. All right. And that's going to bring us into our big topics. Which is, we're going to start off with the biggest game releases for this month. We got a couple of ones that are already out. We got Outriders, which we'll spend a little bit more time talking about when we get to what games we're playing for this week. Where's that? Oddworld Soulstorm came out yesterday for PS5. It's also free if you have a PlayStation Plus subscription. On April the 20th, we got MLB The Show, which is MLB The Show up until this year has been a PlayStation exclusive, but now it's also coming to Xbox, and it's day one on Game Pass, which is a big win for Xbox people. We got, I hate saying the name of this one out loud just because it's just so long. Near Replicant version 0.1.22474487139. Unfreaking necessary.
Yeah, you know what? I am not gonna play that game just because of the title.
Yeah, no, I'm out. Like, if it's more than 3
I would
words,
just call it Near Replicant Decimal and leave it at that.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do all that and then like add another digit to it. They're not gonna fucking do that.
Can you imagine if like Square started doing that with like Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy names?
Well, like,
Or,
is
like,
this
in
a
30 years with all
sequel?
the PlayStations?
I think it's like a
Or-
complete edition or something like that.
Is it so it's like, so why wouldn't you just call it Near Replicant version 1?
Steven, you're more versed in this game, aren't you? Haven't you played Near Replicant before, or whatever it was before this?
I watched that.
Not nearly enough.
Wait, is this related to that Near Automa or whatever
Yeah,
that's
I think
called?
it's
Okay.
Automatic tatas.
Automatic Tatas, yeah. That's it.
I don't remember it. Anyway, that's coming out on April 23rd for PlayStation and Xbox. It's going to be on all of the current and last gen systems. And we got new Pokemon Snap for the Switch coming out on April 30th. Is that a day one for anyone? I think it's for Michael.
It is.
Is it day one?
I'm not even sure if I'll have a chance to play it. I'll still just buy it day one though.
I've been looking for a new game to pick up on the Switch, so maybe I'll end up getting it. But
I hope this has a lot more content than the original. I love the original, but I can literally beat the whole game in 30 minutes.
That's true. But I mean, at the same time, like if someone said, "Here's Pokemon Snap from N64," but it's been remade it, and like with how good this game looks, I'd probably.
Oh no, good sir. We didn't upscale it at fucking all. Here it is on the Switch, $49.99.
Yeah, that's the Nintendo way, right?
That's
there.
Nintendo.
That's the Nintendo way. All right, and we got the next big story: the return of E3. Last year there was not an E3 conference, and around the time that we were supposed to start getting E3 conferences is around the time that this channel was started, and it was a complete disaster. Not on our end; it's just on everyone else's. Where instead of there being like a week where there were all of these press conferences going on, they were scattered across like 6 months, and there were these just dry spells of like, when is this going to happen? When is this going to happen? It was absolutely miserable. And thankfully, the ESA finally was able to say, hey, you guys all need to get your shit together. We're doing it all in 1 week again. And give us plenty of stuff to talk about for a long time. So the confirmed companies that are going to be there are Xbox, Nintendo, Capcom, Ubisoft, Take-Two, Warner Brothers, a company called Koch Media, never heard of them, and Konami, which Konami hasn't been there in a while. So unless they're bringing back pachinko games, looks like Konami is actually going to be getting back into the games again.
They're going to announce that they're giving everything to Sony.
Oh God!
Look, that's something.
I mean, they might as well.
Yeah, give it to Sony or start making your own games again, for the love of God, please. The noticeable absentees from that list: Sony, EA, Activision, Sega, Bandai Namco. Yeah, that's it. So, EA and Sony and Activision haven't done E3 like part of their the big E3 thing in several years, which is not a big deal. I think the big thing for me, let me back up. We already knew that there was going to be an Xbox event in that time, which is going to be, it's a big joint Xbox and Bethesda showcase, which I think it means we're going to get Starfield news, along with, what are those the two PlayStation games? Deathloop and, drawing a blank, whatever the other one is. And then, of course, Xbox will go. And then that also means there's a Nintendo Direct happening that week, which means new Smash DLC. So, bring it on.
I can't wait for Crash.
It's going to be Crash. It's Crash, Doom Guy, or Master Chief. Has to be. We're out of characters at this point. You deconfirmed my Geno. So, we're out of characters. And I forgot to mention that is happening from June 12th through the 15th, so make sure you ask off for work if you plan on watching the shows. And then finally, I just put in here because it was the day after we recorded last week was April Fool's Day, so we didn't get a chance to go over any of the funny April Fool's gags that happened last week. The big notable ones, and I just pulled out some of them, so if there was something else that stuck out, y'all just we can talk about it. But the demake of Control for PS1, I thought that looked hilarious. They literally took the game Control, it came out a couple years ago, and literally made it look so terrible it was barely recognizable. But for PlayStation 1, Michael probably enjoyed this one. Bidoof took over all of Pokemon's social media. They had like trail cams set up for him and stuff.
It's beautiful.
And then my favorite was the Razor Rapunzel, which was Chroma RGB hair dye. Like, you could go on an app and just change the color of your hair. What a genius idea.
I would do it.
Like, and the thing was, I knew that there was going to be April Fool's pranks happening, but that particular thing just seemed like such a realistic thing at this point. I believed it at first. I was like, oh, that's cool, because, you know, we're slowly, like, creeping into, like, the cyberpunk-y era. And so, like,
right.
It's like, at some point, there's going to be RGB hair dye. Like, it's going to happen. And I bet, because of Razer making that gag, that somebody...
I haven't had a chance to do the research myself. GameStop had Monster Hunter amiibo on sale. Was that real?
Yeah, those Monster Hunter amiibo are real.
Okay. I mean, it was like, they look dope as shit. I didn't see them in the store. I was like, was that fake?
No, those are real. Those are for Monster Hunter Rise. They got a big one that's like as big as like the Breath of the Wild Guardian, but it's like some gigantic purple tiger looking thing.
Nice.
Did any other... I haven't got to like... I pulled some other ones too that were from not gaming, but were there any gaming related ones that I missed that y'all enjoyed, thought was funny? Take the silence as a...
I was just trying to let them talk if they had something. I especially like the Smash one. I thought the Smash one was incredibly funny.
I didn't see the Smash one. Or did you send it to me?
You said you'd already seen it when I posted it.
I probably remember once you tell me, but I've just...
So, like, at one point, like, they did, like, a bunch of silly characters. They were like, yeah, we're gonna have our normal 6 plus another one. And then,
yep.
They're like, oh, yeah, we're gonna have Rayman. Because, whoever owns Rayman, Origin? EA? Ubisoft. They're like, Ubisoft finally figured out they own their own characters. So they're gonna... And then there was this Crash one where it was like, and then like at a certain point they just stopped trying even to make trailers. But like they had like all these apples kind of like starting to come down, and then like it pans over really quickly, and it's Crash, and he does like this like excitement like ah, but it's like clearly Gen 1 PS1 Crash, not like any sort of newer character model or nothing. And he looks so goddamn awful on the stark white background. And that was the funniest shit to me. They're like, no, not a newer one. Not even going to try and make this halfway believable. We're done. Gen 1 Crash right there. That's what you're getting.
Oh, I can't believe it wasn't on that list. IGN's, their April Fool's prank was the Zoom Battle Royale, where they had like 100 people in a Zoom call, and it was like they get points for like cutting people off and stuff, and like you lose points if you get disconnected, or if like your cat like jumps in the frame, you get extra points, or somebody interrupts you. Like it was funny, and it was like this like a point based battle royale thing. It was hilarious.
That is awesome.
And then I pulled some other April Fool's gags that were not gaming related. My favorite one out of all this was Adult Swim Junior with Rick and Morty babies. And it's funny.
That was a good one too.
It was funny because have y'all ever heard of this show called Drawn Together?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. They did I don't know if it was just like one episode or it was a couple episodes, but it was called Drawn Together Babies. And it just reminded me of that. And Drawn Together Babies was some funny shit. That show was terrible. Don't ever let your kids watch that. It's not for kids. But those couple episodes of Drawn Together Babies they were gold. Unlike the next one, which was the Silver Retriever. I don't know who actually came up with it, but scientists discovered the first silver retriever instead of golden retrievers.
I think it was We Write Dogs, I think. They're the ones that came out with it and said it's something about a silver retriever was found over in Mexico near some type of mines or something like that. Yeah.
I can't believe people could just come up with this. Like, I wonder how long they had to think about that before they were just like, that's the one we're going to go with. Or they just had like this big pitch meeting and they said, okay, everyone come up with an April Fool's gag, and whoever comes up with the funniest one, we're going to run with. Oh, man. All right. And was there any other April Fool's jokes in general that y'all enjoyed this year? Before we come off this? Richard's like so ready
Oh.
to get them talking about April Fool's.
No. I just look. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Like it's my least favorite day of the whole year. I hate April Fool's Day like with a passion. So yeah, I'm at the dentist's office just waiting for it to get done.
On the flip side, Michael looks like he's about to share like the best one of all time.
I did. So I'm full of cringe, as you can tell. And
Stroke the ear.
So I follow this VTuber that a lot of people are probably very well aware of, Neanners, and she came out with this video where instead of her normal VTube model, it was fucking same fucking pink cat ears and shit, okay, but Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Oh.
And it was the fucking best.
Oh my god. So anyway, that was all of the. I guess I'm sure that there's probably like hundreds of ones that we don't know about. So if y'all have any other cool ones, put them in the comments on the video. Let's talk about all the fun April Fool's jokes. But that's gonna do it for all of the news this week. So let's go ahead and jump into trivia.
I thought we were going to go back and touch back on Outriders. What happened with that? Because I was excited about that.
We will when we get to talk about what games we're talking about.
Yeah.
We'll do that after trivia.
Well.
Read the run the show. I'm kidding. All right. This week's trivia question was written in by me. If you want to submit your own
I know him.
Yeah. If you want to try to stump everyone with trivia questions, DM me on Twitter. Or you can DM me at Next Gen News. But don't comment on anything because they can all see that. If you DM it, it just goes to me.
Not that we'll read it, but we
Probably
could see
not.
it.
They can't even read the show notes on time. So, I mean, don't expect them to read Twitter. I'm kidding, guys. I love you.
What's that?
All right. I don't know if this is going to be a hard one or not. I have one of these that's like I'm just sitting on. That's like the hardest trivia question I think I've ever came up with.
I like sitting on a hard one every now and then.
Yeah, I bet you do, Michael. Anyway. Which of these gaming icons was the first to have a float at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? Was it Pikachu, Mario, Sonic the Hedgehog, or PacMan? Drop my pencil. Richard.
PacMan, don't let me down.
Michael.
Pikachu.
Steven.
Yeah, Pikachu.
Well, congratulations, you're all wrong. It was Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh.
Yeah.
the unlikely hero of the story. So, that is going to leave everyone at their current trivia scores. Michael with 6, Richard with 7, and Steven with 4 points. And that's going to do it for all of our main stuff, but we're going to talk about what games we're playing this week. So before we talk about Outriders, is there anything...
Wait, before we get to that segment, there's something I meant to say back when we were talking about it. Probably been the best time to bring it up.
Probably.
You said you had never heard of Coach Media?
Mm-hmm.
Or Coach Media? They one of their subsidiaries is Deep Silver Volition.
Oh.
Who does the Saints Row series.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just purchased, because we talked about it a few shows ago, THQ Nordic just purchased Coach Media. So I don't know if that means we're finally getting the Saints Row 5 reveal. But, I mean, that's typically what, it's likely, it's possible. I wouldn't say likely, I'd say possible.
It's that, or they're finally going to cancel Dead Island 2. They're just going to do it publicly, but at E3.
I don't. You'd think they would come with good news and not, hey, this year at E3 we're going to announce something we're not going to do.
Man, I've been waiting 7 years for Dead Island 2, but whatever. Anyway, before we talk, I think like the two big games we're going to end up talking about during this is Subnautica and Outriders. So, Richard, do you want to start with Subnautica?
I don't know what to say. I haven't referenced the internet at all. The only type of guidance I've gotten is from Steven.
Through the internet.
Who, by the way, polyanine, the green
Polynesian
stuff.
Sauce, the Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Where does that come from?
straight from the Polynesians themselves. You milk
I
them?
want to say it comes from, you have to make it like with kyanite and like one of the acids that's in the game.
Okay, I don't have kyanite yet. Okay, but yeah, that's kind of the. There's a lot of kind of like a treasure hunt. If you choose to play like I am, and you're not going to look anything up, I think it can be quite difficult. A lot of stuff easy to miss, even if it is a giant hole in a corridor that I think it has like 2 or 3 openings. I don't know. Deep sea exploration is crazy. It's terrifying. The game's fun. Before the podcast started, I was talking about how like the timing of releasing that for free was perfect because I think we decided to call it a sequel. Below Zero hits consoles in May, so it gets everybody hyped up on it. If you didn't get a chance to play it, because apparently I don't know, it's been out for years now. I think. Gets everybody on board for the big purchase in May when Below Zero comes out. But yeah, I think maybe I'm close to the end. And the only reason I'm saying that is because a lot of the stuff that I have and I've discovered, the sub, the prawn suit, I've got just about everything is either upgraded fully or in its last tier. So I feel like I'm close to the end, but I don't know. Am I, Steven?
Again, it goes back to, have you talked to the Emperor Leviathan yet?
No. See, I've not talked to anybody other than the people that tried to save me.
So she hasn't came to you in a telepathic vision or anything yet?
No. I went into an area with pink mushrooms, and I heard a voice say, "What are you?"
Okay. You're getting there.
But that's it. That was a long time ago, it feels.
Yeah, you're edging right now, but you're close.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, I'm really enjoying it. It was, it's something that I just, I think I was playing Stranded Deep, or maybe it was a No Man Disguise. No Man Disguise. No Man Disguise. If it was a No Man's Sky discussion, and I don't know if it was Michael or Steven, or maybe it's one of y'all brought up Subnautica. And that kind of put it on my radar. And when I saw it was free on PlayStation 5, I was like, well, I'll give it a shot. And then I completely stopped playing Marvel Avengers. So hopefully I'll go back to that after. I know. Because that's a really good game. I don't want to short sell it. I know I didn't buy it until much later, but I was really enjoying that until Subnautica came along and just, monopolized all my time.
This added it to the pile of shame.
I'm itching like right now. I want to play it right now. But
we're almost done. It's okay. Steven, what are you playing this week?
I've been playing Subnautica 2. Been playing State of Decay 2 as well. And I've been playing like a lot of the mobile games that have been ported over to PC. Like I've been playing drawing a blank here. Bleach Brave Souls.
Raid Shadow Legends. No.
Actually, I have been playing Raid too. I've been playing it on the PC too. So it's just I've kind of been all over the place now that I've got this computer. I want to explore my options, see what runs good, what runs bad. And Call of Duty has been the only game that's ran bad on there so far, which was to be expected. But I've been having a wonderful time with it, so I've just been all over the place with it.
I promise you, it may not be this week, but sometime soon we will get together and play Phasmophobia. I promise you, sir. It's been hectic.
Yeah, I've opened it like 6 times and then closed it out because I'm like, Mitch isn't here. I don't want to play it.
I need something on my hand.
We need to do a string where we all 4 of us. We need to play Phasmophobia. Be a great time. Richard, you need to get your PC out and play Phas. Anyway, Michael, is there anything you want to talk about before we talk about Outriders?
I started playing Final Fantasy War of the Visions on mobile, and that is actually surprisingly super good.
What's the name of it?
War of the Visions, or I think it goes by another name or something, but like, anyway, yeah, it's I can't believe it. At least all the story like missions that I've been on, I think every single one so far has been voice acted.
Oh wow.
Which is incredible all in itself for a mobile game. Granted, some of the dialogue doesn't quite make sense, but that might also just be because I'm fast forwarding through a lot of it. But anyway, like, it's really good, and right now there's a shit ton of free content for it. Like, they're having, like, they just had, like, their 2nd anniversary or something like that. Plus, they're having one of the like other major games, like with Titus and Yuffie or whatever. I don't know, some crossover
Titus
with
was
another.
in 10.
There we go.
Yuffie
So
was 7.
No, it was. I'm trying to think of the girl's name from 10.
Oh.
Lightning?
Yuna.
Question mark?
Yeah,
Yuna.
there we go.
Yuna.
So yeah, and then you can also get Auron, like one of his like, I guess one of your compatriots in the story. But like, yeah, there's a big old crossover with that now, so you can get those characters too. It's good. It's really good.
Cool. So, are you playing Outriders? Or are you just...
I'm going to get it. I just haven't had a chance to buy it.
Okay. So...
It looks really good.
I
was trying not to overhype it.
If you're a fan of Destiny and The Division, then Outriders, which you talked about earlier, coming out on the 1st of this month, is probably going to be your favorite game. I never played The Division, never got really cared for it, but I also have people to play Outriders with currently on PC, and I'm having a blast with it. And I mentioned before we started recording about how my friends started without me, so they're having to carry me a little bit. But now the level gap has closed. Like when I first started, they were like level 9 and 10. Now I'm level 9, they're like level 12. So, I'm catching up. I haven't also played it without them yet. But it's really fun. My only gripe with it so far is the cutscenes in the game. It's like it'll go to a loading screen, and then it'll go to a cutscene, and the cutscene, and you can skip most of the cutscenes, but it'll go to a cutscene. Whether you skip it or it plays all the way through, it goes to another loading screen, and then it goes to another cutscene, and then it goes to another loading screen. I about turned the damn thing off. It was so irritating.
But that's on PC like that?
Yes.
Oh man.
I've started playing it on Series X because it's on Game Pass. But
yeah, which I saw like was Game Pass first day of its release. That was actually, to me, really impressive.
Yes.
Even though I'm not a Game Pass fan, like that's really impressive.
And it's supposed to have crossplay on everything, but for some reason the crossplay is not working. So I ended up getting it on PC to play with Alex and our friend Ty. They were pushing really hard to get it. So I started over again on PC. And the load times are the same between the Series X version and the PC version. Or at least if there is a difference, I couldn't tell what it was. But yeah, loading screen, cutscene, loading screen, cutscene. I think it's just the way the game's made. Like, it's just made that way. But anyway, mashing through all the cutscenes. I'm different on the story. It just seems like Destiny, but its own version of Destiny. So it's just like I feel like I've already experienced the story before. But as far as the gameplay goes, it feels like almost like Gears of War, like the way that you can like slide and hide behind cover. But it's in its own way, it's different. I definitely recommend watching gameplay, but don't just listen to me say the word Gears of War and then stick your nose up at it, Richard. I saw that.
No, I mean, you've said The Division, you've said Destiny, you've said Gears of War, and like in my head I'm like, all right, hate it.
Should definitely watch some gameplay of it. Make your own judgment off of it. But the gameplay is fun though.
No, you've already convinced me, Mitch.
Thank you.
But they have 4 different classes, and you pretty much just it's like every other game. You're just grinding levels and trying to progress. And it's got an actual like leveling system, and it's got what's called a world tier system, and so pretty much that's like the difficulty that you can raise the game up. But I don't know how many world tiers there are. The farthest one that I've seen up to is World Tier 6, and that's supposed to be like Expert Plus Plus mode. But I know it goes further than that, so I don't know how far it goes though. We're playing on World Tier 3 though, which we call hard mode, because we're not ready for that. But in the four different skills though, or abilities you can get there. I don't remember all of them though, but they're kind of like picking like a class in Destiny, pretty much like the Warlock, Hunter, and whatever the other one is. But it's like Techromancer, Pyromancer, Trickster, and whatever. It's like a physical class. But anyway, they're very unique in their own ways. One of them's good with the sniper, one's good with shotguns and stuff like that. But I don't know, it's been a lot of fun. But I'm probably gonna end up playing it a little bit tonight. But I definitely recommend going to watch some gameplay of it and forming an opinion for yourself about whether or not you'd like it. But other than that, if no one else has anything else, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping up. So we'll start with Steven. Why don't you plug some social medias and we'll go ahead and get on out of here.
Well, I'll be on Twitch this week. Probably 2 more times this week. I know for a fact Saturday. It may be Friday and Saturday. I'm not sure. I'm infatuated with zombies. Who would have guessed? I hated zombies before Cold War. It was just because it was just so mundane. It was upgrade your weapons, fight zombies. It gets harder. That's it. There was
Your
nothing
opinion
extra
change
to it.
after Monster High with the girl with the different color eyes, or
Right after. What yeah, I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. So that'll definitely be in the streams. I may kind of split 2 games between the 2 streams, so I'll probably do like Call of Duty and I don't know, it may be State of Decay, I'm not sure. I'm definitely going to be doing some more Mega Man Zero and some Mega Man ZX. In Retro Week, I'm going to try to get it up and started next week since I've got what I need to start it up. I just need to transfer some things, get some emulators running and everything. So be looking out for that.
Sweet.
that'd be so awesome.
Richard, what you got?
I got a whole lot of nothing.
Oh,
No, I'm still.
Heart
I still
emoji.
the gears are still turning. The hands are still working. Everything's coming together. I'm still not at that point where I'm going to announce anything just yet. I get that Zombie Side season 2 tomorrow, though. I got a shipping update from FedEx. It's kind of weird because I just got the rest of Marvel United, so I didn't expect it to come that quick because that's a lot of miniatures to paint. I'm so backlogged now. I'm literally backlogged by like 1,000. And I'm being serious in that number. I think it's about 1,000 miniatures. So, yeah, I'll have something in the next few weeks.
Maybe you should hold off on getting more for the time being.
Well, see, Kickstarter doesn't work that way. It says you have to buy this in 30 days or you will never, ever get it ever in your life. Unless you buy it from the dude on eBay for 3 times, as much.
Yeah. No thanks. Michael, what's going on with StalledAction.com this week?
StalledAction.com is up, baby.
Dun-dun!
I mean, that's really it. It needs a little bit more polish, but I'll work on that. But it is up. You can email me. You can send me a Facebook Messenger request. You can browse at my mini files and other direct link websites and merchandising. I got all sorts of stuff going on there.
Hey, I sent you an email on there. Did you get it?
Maybe it went to spam. Now I gotta fucking check.
You probably got a bunch of fan mail in there in your spam folder. All right. If you want to find me on anything, this Meechflow on Twitch and Twitter. I keep saying I'm going to try to get back into streaming, and I started trying to play Outriders the other day, but Streamlabs was having some issues, and I just decided to give up on it. But other than that, just I don't like saying things out like that. I feel like I'm gonna get judged by saying things, even though I know I'm not. I really got invested in this this nice app called Funimation, and I've been living there for a couple weeks now. And then I may have started watching this show. You probably heard of it. It's a little show called My Hero Academia, and it hasn't stopped being watched yet. That's all.
I mean, I'm surprised. I'm just surprised that you have not said, "Okay, I need a break" in the middle of an episode of him being melodramatic about every fucking thing.
It's
like,
easy for me to like just pull my phone out and get on TikTok while he's having a breakdown, and then when I get done, it's over.
Like he turns the episode into some godforsaken filler for no reason, and it's just awful.
And I make it sound like I'm like 30 episodes in, but I think I'm on like episode 8.
Oh, it gets better.
I feel like I'm not spoiling much for anyone who's gonna watch it, but I really like the character All Might. I think he's hilarious, and just this whole concept behind his superpower is stupid. Just a sick, decrepit man, and then he can turn into a superhero, and then he just starts coughing up blood, and then he just turns back into a sick little decrepit man again.
Wait until you get his backstory; it'll all make sense on that.
All right, well, that's enough My Hero spoilers for one episode. Make sure you follow us on, subscribe to us again on YouTube, because we're 4 subscribers away from, hitting that 200 goal. So I'll be really happy whenever we hit that. Other than that, we'll see you next week with more gaming news. Michael, any sponsors this week?
This week's sponsored by the bitch who thinks she knows more than me. Fuck